Right, so this is something I wasn't expecting to have to make, but I feel like recently we have to acknowledge the fact that Overwatch 2 has some serious underlying issues in many different aspects of the game itself. I wasn't expecting to do this for my first video, to be honest, but it does feel pretty necessary to make. My first point number one, Overwatch seasons have been feeling boring the past while. And what I mean by that is the skins don't feel that exciting anymore. It felt like when you bought the battle pass, you were buying some really cool, really rare skins, but it really doesn't feel like that anymore. On top of that, the mythics have been going downhill. We have seen it time and time again. The Orisa mythic, the Hanzo mythic, the Mercy mythic, the Lifeweaver mythic. They're just not as what people are expecting. Like, for a mythic skin, this is a skin you should buy and never take off. But it's finding out that, like, you spend this money, or you spend all season trying to get these skins, or the prisms I should say, just for these skins to not live up to expectations. Some of the skins actually are pretty good, but looking at every mythic skin in the game, you start to realize that they're not as special anymore. They feel very saturated. They feel like they're not putting in enough effort, or they're not making a good enough attempt at making good mythics. It's like they're not asking the community what we would like to see for certain heroes. And a thing I keep seeing online on like Twitter and X is a lot of people are talking about how they keep using cyber as a theme. We've seen it with the Junkrat mythic, and we've seen it with the Sojourn mythic. And it's becoming very saturated and very bland, and people are not really wanting to buy these mythics anymore, or even buy the battle pass because it's not that great of value. The shop skins are still far too expensive, costing 1900 shop coins just for the skin alone, not the whole bundle, just the skin. I'm not being funny, but a voice line and an emote shouldn't be free. That shit should be included in the physical bundle. I mean, you're already dropping nearly £15 on a skin, and you're telling me that an emote is nearly worth $4? Nah, it's just not right. So, point number two, the battle pass, again, coming back into the battle pass, it doesn't feel rewarding enough. It really doesn't. You're not getting many loot boxes, you're not getting really much of anything. You're getting voice lines, player icons, and player cards should not be included in the battle pass, and sprays. They should just be at tier 1, you unlock them all when you buy it, because that just feels like filler, and it is just so boring. I don't mind a highlight intro, I don't mind a skin, and maybe a few other things, like weapon charms and souvenirs are so not used unless they are either a meme or people find them funny. So that is a really big issue I feel as well, is that the battle pass does not feel rewarding at all. And it's been like this for a good few seasons. I think if you looked back maybe 5, 6, even 7 seasons ago, you would have really seen a lot more value. But as time's gone on, it's like it's the same repeat. You get some basic skins that really don't look that good, and that's about it. Everything else is just filler. It's just filler. So that's what I'm a little bit annoyed about. Point 3, update loot boxes. You said we were going to be getting updates every 2 or 3 seasons, and I don't think the loot boxes have been. I mean, I have seen time and time again, I get the same basic duplicates, the same crap over and over again, and nobody likes that. Nobody likes just opening like 10 loot boxes just to get literally nothing. So yeah, I really dislike the loot box system in the sense that free-to-play players are getting gypped as well. I mean, if you're a free-to-play player, you either have to grind every hero level to a decent extent to get these legendaries, or even if you're new, you have to deal with the old Overwatch 1 slop that they decided to throw into the loot boxes. So not only are you hoping to get a shop skin, nah, you're getting gypped by having like a 5 or 6 year old skin come out of it for a hero that you probably don't even play, and it's just horrible. Next point is the clear unbalance in Stadium, and how some heroes out-earn and surpass a lot of other heroes. Yeah, so I genuinely believe that there is a clear unbalance in Stadium, and how a lot of other heroes really surpass and overtake others. I mean, I completely understand in the sense of, you know, you do more damage, you get more coin, you do more healing, you do whatever, but you look at Moira or Kiri or like Reinhardt, and even Queen earn so much cash and fly past everyone else. If you so much as have a bad round on someone like, say, Tracer or like Reaper, you could be set back so hard, so far, that you will never recover. Unless you go into a full damage or full like healing build where you can physically reassure to get that money back, it's really rough. I think Stadium really needs to be looked at really hard under a microscope to see what we're running into here, because it is very obvious that some heroes, including Ashe, generate too much money too quickly. Like her dynamite build, you just throw a dynamite and coach gun and you start eliminating people. Like, as me being Ashe, for example, as Ashe, there's been countless times where I have been able to just generate 8 to 10,000 damage a round, and you get so much cash. Whereas playing someone like Tracer, if you don't get huge amounts of damage, if you're not just pouring your damage into the enemy tank, you just don't generate that sort of cash. So, you know, it can be a bit rough. Moving on to point number 5, however, the new game modes just don't feel fun and or inspiring. They have been so mid in the sense of being fun, innovative, or just inspiring in general. They just don't feel fun. They just feel like someone was sat down at Blizzard, they were forced to make a new game mode, and they just made the most basic thing imaginable. It is clearly just not fun. Like, you can see how, like, zero effort was put into it, so it's like people are going to put zero effort into playing your game. So what it all comes down to is my message to Blizzard, and, you know, what I can say to try and help some of these issues or possibly fix them. Firstly, start giving heroes with barely any skins attention. Make every hero feel valued, and not just the support players who play Mercy and Kiriko. I know it's a thing that's been said time and time again online as a meme, but the meme's died, it's dead, okay? We want skins for other heroes. Genuinely, I would be more than happy if every hero right now stopped receiving skins, and only the heroes that have had no skins for the past 2 seasons, say, or even 3 seasons, start getting skins. And I mean that. Like, stop giving everyone else skins like Kiri, Mercy, Diva, like all that shit. Just start giving older heroes that have barely any skins actual skins. Give Ramatra some new skins. Give Venture some new skins. Stop just trashing these people to the side for just the gooners, okay? Like, we get it, they make you money, but guess what? People will buy skins for heroes that don't receive skins. So, that's my first point. Next thing, make a secondary battle pass where people who pay can get better rewards while still have a valuable free pass that doesn't feel like you're getting gypped. The battle pass is flawed. heavily flawed, as I've said in this video. But what I really want to focus in on is the fact that the premium pass just doesn't feel that premium. Like, what are you getting? You're getting nothing. Like, you're getting no value from it, apart from maybe a legendary loot box here or there, but that legendary loot box can contain genuinely nothing. So what are you getting? It just doesn't make sense to me. It needs to be completely revamped, and I mean hardcore revamped. Make it valuable for the people spending money on your game. Because the second people don't see the value there, they're going to stop. And when they stop, your money's going to start drying up. And, you know, all it takes is like 10,000 people to stop buying your battle pass for you to notice hard levels of drop off. Another thing I want to add in is that there's a lot of casual players. There's a lot of people who only play on the weekends or after school, or only get like maybe an hour a week in, if that. So you have to really focus in on that, you know. Not everyone can stream, not everyone can play, you know, 10, 12 hours a day to like grind your game. So I feel like that also has to be heavily looked at as well. Next, make everyone in Stadium earn a flat cash rate instead of having Moira turn 2 or 3, hitting nearly 40k, making her ramp far too fast. I said Moira just as an example, but I think it is something that has to be looked at. Certain heroes will earn more cash really quickly. If you put a flat rate in for like a week or two to really get the data of who is struggling, that will allow you to then edit and see like what you can do, you know. So if you see that Winston is outperforming every other tank by a mile in cash rate, you then just need to nerf Winston down and then buff up the other tanks so that they're earning the same amount, or at least that they're making enough cash that they're not flying ahead. So that's my opinion on it. Next, make loot boxes fun and rewarding to open. This is a big point that I want to really stress to Blizzard, that people love opening loot boxes. They like to get a skin they've been dying to get. Like, it's just so rewarding. But now it's like, oh, you get 3 loot boxes a week and that's pretty much it, unless you grind hero levels, which could take hours upon hours to get. So either give us 6 loot boxes a week, where even that doesn't feel generous enough, or reduce how long it takes to get a legendary skin. I know that would have to mean completely reworking the loot boxes to some extent, but I think it's needed. You released the loot box system and everyone was happy about it, and now people are just getting basically nothing from it. No, like, when I get a loot box, yeah, sure, I open it, but 9 times out of 10, I just don't want to, because I know I'm not getting anything. I know that I'm not going to be getting a brand new shop skin that's going to look amazing. I know I'm just going to get an old 6-year-old skin that nobody cares about, that I'm not wanted, that I don't really care about. So it's like, you know. And finally, my final point is ask the community what they want when it comes to new skins or game modes, so we feel like we have an input on certain game modes. Honestly, that's what I want. I want new game modes or new cinematics or new like similar mission maps to be brought back, because it's so interesting to hear the lore of Overwatch. And honestly, just ask us. Ask on a poll or give us an in-game survey of what we want to see the most of. Like, honestly, it's something that I've been dying for, and I think it would really boost the actual survivability and lifeline of the game. If you have game modes that are designed or heavily inspired by people in the community, it brings fun into the game. Or if you have people do design contests more often, it's like, hey, someone in our community designed this skin, it's pretty fucking cool, how about we buy that skin? I love Overwatch. I've always loved Overwatch, and I really want the game to succeed as much as I love it. So please feel free to comment down what you think should be changed in the game, or what you would want updated or fixed, because I would really like to know your opinions. And at the end of the day, these are all my opinions. These are not set in stone facts. I'd like to see anybody try and change my mind on some things, which I would really like to hear, again, everyone's opinion. This is my first video, so it'd be really lovely if you could hit the subscribe and like button to let me know what you thought about this video. And I will see you all in the next one.